You want to know how to attract any woman even if she's not interested? Well, I'm about to say things most women would never admit out loud. But I'm not here to protect anyone's ego. Not hers, not yours, not even mine. I'm here to tell the truth. Welcome to the channel. If you're a man tired of being ignored, ghosted, friend-zoned, or just confused about what women actually want, you're in the right place. And before you think, it's hopeless, she doesn't like me, stop. Because what I'm about to tell you will flip that belief completely on its head. Let me start by saying this. Just because a woman says she's not interested doesn't mean she can't be. I know that sounds toxic. I know it sounds manipulative. But trust me, it's not about tricking her, it's about understanding her. As a woman, I can tell you right now, women rarely fall for the guy who tries too hard. They fall for the man who stops trying to impress her and starts living like he's already enough. Women are emotional, reactive, unpredictable, and yes, sometimes very hypocritical. But if you know how to tap into what she feels before she even understands it herself, you've already won. This video is going to break down 7 things you can do, not pick-up lines, not fake confidence, but real shifts in how you carry yourself that will make a woman rethink you, even if she swore she never would. And no, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Some of what I say may piss you off, and some of it will feel like a slap, but it's the slap you needed. So get ready, because after this, you're not going to chase her anymore. She's going to start noticing you and wondering how she didn't see you before. Let's get into it. We like men who don't like us first. Let me be honest. If you like me too much too fast, I get turned off. I know that sounds harsh, maybe even cold, but I need you to understand how women really react emotionally, not how we say we do. There was this guy, he was sweet, polite, texted me good morning every day, complimented me constantly, checked on me every hour like he was trying to prove he'd be the perfect boyfriend. You'd think I'd fall for that, right? I didn't. I got bored. Fast. Why? Because when a guy is too available, too eager, too into me from the start, it tells me something. You don't even know me, and yet you're already acting like I'm a prize you've won. That makes me feel like you're not choosing me. You're just chasing the idea of having a girl. Now contrast that with another guy. He didn't chase. Didn't flood me with messages. He was nice but distant. He made eye contact, smiled, asked a few questions, but then he walked away. That's it. Guess who I thought about all night? The one who didn't act like I was the center of his world. Here's the truth. Women want to earn your attention too. If you give it away too easily, we feel no need to impress you. There's no challenge, no thrill, no tension, and attraction without tension dies quickly. I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying ignore her, but stop throwing yourself at her like you're lucky just to be noticed. Instead, hold back a little. Let her wonder how you feel. Make her curious. When a woman starts thinking, why isn't he all over me like the others? That's when the game begins. Men always think they need to show their interest clearly. But the truth? Mystery is what pulls us in. Certainty too early kills it. So next time, instead of liking her first, learn her first. Let her feel your presence, not your pressure. Look at her like you could have her, but don't need to. That's when we start noticing you differently, and don't feel bad about it. We do the same thing. We'll ignore the guy who texts us good morning for weeks, and then obsess over the one who smiled once and never said a word again. It's messed up, but it's real. And now that you know it, use it. 2. Confidence isn't loud. It's silent and dangerous. It's not the guy talking the most. It's the one watching, unbothered. Let me tell you something women feel, but rarely say out loud. Real confidence is quiet, unshakable. You feel it before a word is even spoken. You see, we notice everything. The room could be filled with loud, attention-seeking guys cracking jokes, showing off, trying too hard to be the alpha. But the man we remember, he's not the loudest. He's not even trying to be seen. He just is. He doesn't need to take over the room. He's not doing too much. He's sitting there like he knows who he is, without needing anyone else to agree. And that energy, that calm, collected presence, it pulls us in. It's in the way he doesn't flinch when we tease him. It's in the way he holds eye contact, not aggressively, but like nothing about us scares him. It's in how he talks slowly, not rushing, not proving anything, like time bends for him. Confidence that's loud usually feels forced. It's a mask. The over-talking, the flexing, the look at me energy, it's exhausting. And the truth is, it makes us suspicious. Because if you were really that sure of yourself, why are you trying so hard to show it? What really gets to a woman is the man who seems unfazed, unshaken, present. He's not performing, he's observing. Not because he's afraid, but because he knows he doesn't need to prove a thing. Women crave emotional security, and we can smell insecurity masked as cockiness from a mile away. We've seen it all. The guy who brags to impress us? We nod, we smile, but we're already checked out. But the guy who doesn't seem to care what we think? We wonder about him. We study him. We remember him. Confidence is in how you carry yourself when you're not being validated. It's how you handle silence, how you don't flinch when we pull away. It's how you walk into a room like you belong, not because you said it, but because you believe it. And here's the thing, you don't need to be rich, tall, or ridiculously good-looking. Confidence isn't about looks, it's about energy. It's the way you treat yourself that makes us think, he must be someone. So stop trying to impress us. Stop chasing attention. Start acting like you already have options, even if you don't. Because the moment you carry yourself like you're enough, we'll feel it. And it'll mess with us. In the best way, it's not always what you say. It's how little you need to say and still be noticed. That's the kind of confidence that keeps us awake at night. 3. You being unavailable makes us curious. When you're not always around, we start asking, who is he with? Let me just say it straight. Women hate when a man suddenly becomes unavailable. But we love it too. It drives us crazy in the exact way that keeps us thinking about you. And no, I don't mean playing games or ignoring us on purpose. I mean genuinely not making us the center of your world. Not always showing up the second we call. Not giving instant replies. Not hanging around waiting for crumbs of attention. That energy, it makes us curious. And curiosity for women is the root of attraction. Because here's the truth. We assume every man wants our time. So when one of you doesn't immediately act like we're some goddess to be worshipped, our brains go, wait, what's going on here? That's when it starts. We wonder what you're doing. We think about why you're not checking in. We try to decode why you're not chasing like the rest. And when a woman starts wondering, that's when she's falling. Slowly, secretly, emotionally. We hate to admit it, but your absence speaks louder than your presence sometimes. When you're always there, always available, always replying within seconds, it makes us feel like we already have you. And once we feel that the tension dies, but when you're not so easily reached, not so emotionally predictable, you become a mystery. And trust me, women love mysteries more than we love romance. It's not about being toxic. It's not about ignoring us to punish us. It's about showing us that your world doesn't revolve around us, that you have things to do, goals, peace, standards. It's about making us feel like we could be part of your life, but that we don't automatically deserve to be in it without effort. We notice the shift when you're not there, even if we pretend not to care, even if we don't say it. Silence from a man who used to give attention, that silence is loud, it echoes, and in that space, we start to realize we miss you. Men don't realize how powerful that distance is. Not coldness, just absence. Not games, just self-prioritization. When you stop showing up too much, we start to see your value. When you stop texting first, we start to notice the silence. When you stop overgiving, we start remembering what it felt like to have your energy. And now it's gone. It's a shift we feel deeply. And that's when attraction begins to build in a way that's emotional, not just physical. Because suddenly, we're no longer in control of your attention, and that's when we start wanting it more than we ever expected. So if she doesn't seem interested, pull back. Not to punish her, but to return to yourself. Let her feel your absence. That silence, it's not rejection, it's power. 4. Stop being nice. We see through it. When you're overly sweet too early, it feels fake or desperate. Let's get something clear. Being nice doesn't make us want you. Yes, it's appreciated. Yes, it's respectful. But no, it's not what creates attraction. In fact, A lot of the time, it makes us uncomfortable. You see, there's a huge difference between being a good man and being a people pleaser. And unfortunately, too many men confuse the two. A man who's constantly trying to impress us, always saying what we want to hear, always agreeing with everything we say. It doesn't make us feel special. It makes us feel like you're hiding something, or like you just don't value yourself. Because here's the truth. When you're too nice too fast, we start to question it. We wonder, why is he giving so much? Why is he so available? Why is he trying this hard when he doesn't even know me yet? And once that question pops into our minds, it's hard to unsee it. It's not that we don't want kindness, we do. But it has to come from a place of confidence, not desperation. There's something off-putting about someone who's bending over backwards for us before we've even earned it. It doesn't feel romantic. It feels needy. We want a man who's kind, but also firm. Someone who listens, but doesn't agree with everything. A man who can challenge us, not just flatter us. That balance between warmth and strength is what creates real chemistry. But when you're only showing the sweet side, only being soft, only giving without ever holding boundaries, we don't feel safe with that. Because it tells us you'll do anything just to be liked. And if you'll do anything to be liked, you'll also lose yourself to keep us happy. And that's not attractive. That's unstable. Women want to feel like we're with someone we can lean on, not someone who leans on us emotionally from day one. So when you're being nice, ask yourself, are you doing this because it's who you are? Or are you doing it to win her over? Because we can feel the difference instantly. Real attraction comes from respect, from mystery, from presence, not from flooding us with compliments, favors, and I'm different from other guys' energy. Trust me, we don't want a man who gives everything too fast. We want someone who gives just enough to keep us wondering, while still protecting his own energy. So stop trying so hard to be liked. Start being real. Be kind, but don't beg. Be respectful, but don't shrink. Because when you stop performing niceness and start owning your truth, that's when we start seeing you as more than just a nice guy. That's when we feel something real. 5. Make us jealous. Yes, we hate how it works. When we see other women want you, suddenly we notice you too. Okay, I'm going to say something that most women will deny out loud, but it's the truth. Jealousy makes us feel something, and when we feel something, attraction follows. It's not even about being toxic, it's about psychology. Women are naturally competitive, even if we pretend not to be. We compare, we observe, and deep down, we care about who other women find desirable. If other girls are paying attention to you, we start thinking, wait, did I miss something? What does she see in him? Suddenly, you're not just a guy, we see you as a man other women want. And that changes everything. Now, I'm not saying flirt with every girl to get our attention. No, that's obvious and will backfire. But when we see you with other women, laughing, talking, getting their attention, we feel something rise in us. It's not always rage or sadness. Sometimes it's just alertness. I remember my friend Naomi going through this exact situation. There was this guy she completely overlooked. He liked her, tried talking to her, but she wasn't interested. She always brushed it off, said, he's sweet but not my type. Until, one day, he showed up at a party with another girl. Confident, chill, not even looking Naomi's way. And the girl he came with? Gorgeous. Naomi lost it inside. She tried to hide it, but I saw it all over her face. Suddenly, she was looking for him, trying to stand where he could see her, laughing louder, fixing her makeup. She even said to me, why didn't I notice how good-looking he is before? And I thought to myself, because he was too available, too obvious. But the moment he had someone else's attention, she saw him differently. Jealousy, as much as we pretend it's toxic, has this strange power to wake us up. It reminds us that you're a catch, that you have options, and that if we don't move fast, someone else will. It doesn't even have to be another girl you're dating. Just being seen with women, being social, being the guy who's respected and liked, it creates that magnetic tension we can't ignore. And the more we try to act unbothered, the more we're actually thinking about you. So no, don't fake anything. Don't try too hard. Just live, be seen, connect. And let the world know you're not just waiting around for us to decide if you're good enough. Because when we see other women want you, we start to question why we didn't. That's not insecurity, that's instinct. And whether we admit it or not, it works every time. 6. We test you without even knowing it. If you fail our silent little games, we mentally cross you out. Let me be honest with you. Women test men, not always on purpose. In fact, most of the time we don't even realize we're doing it. It's not a game we consciously plan. It's emotional. It's instinctive. And yes, it's completely unfair, but it's real. Sometimes we say things just to see how you'll react. We cancel plans at the last minute, go silent for a while, or act like we're not that interested just to feel something from you. It's not that we want to lose you. It's that we want to see who you really are when we're not giving you exactly what you want. We want to know, will you stay calm or will you panic? Will you chase harder or pull back? Will you try to prove yourself or keep your dignity? Because how you respond to those little moments, that's where attraction either dies or grows. If you get emotional, needy, reactive, or try to argue your way back into our attention, we feel it. We feel that you need us more than you're willing to admit. And once we sense that, it shifts the energy completely. We stop seeing you as the man who could lead. We see you as someone we can control. And deep down, we don't respect that. On the other hand, when you stay calm, when you don't force anything, when you don't beg for attention or explanations that speaks volumes, it tells us you're grounded, that our moods don't control your emotions. And in a world where so many men either snap or shrink, the man who stays centered becomes unforgettable. These tests aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they're subtle. We might ignore your message to see if you double text. We might act cold just to see if you chase. We might bring up another guy just to see if you'll get insecure. Again, it's not logical. It's emotional. We don't even sit down and plan it. It just happens. And if you react the wrong way, we don't always explain it. We just mentally cross you out and move on. So if you ever feel like a woman is acting confusing or distant, don't take it personally. Most of the time, she's not trying to hurt you. She's just trying to figure out if you're strong enough to hold your ground when she gets unpredictable. Because in her mind, that's how she knows if she can trust you. Pass the test, and she'll feel safe enough to let her guard down. Fail it, and she'll just smile politely while slowly detaching. No drama, no explanation, just gone. So don't play the game, just know it exists, and rise above it, because nothing is more attractive to a woman than a man who stays unshaken. 7. The guy who doesn't chase is the one we chase. When you stop trying, that's when we start thinking about you. Let me say this loud and clear. The guy who doesn't chase is the one we start chasing. It sounds backwards, maybe even cruel, but I promise you, it's the truth. And I need men to really hear this. You've been taught the wrong game. You've been told to always pursue, to always make the first move, to keep proving you're worth it. But here's the harsh truth. The more you chase us, the less we respect you. Not because we're mean, not because we're heartless, but because when you make a woman your mission, she stops seeing you as the prize. Some of you give too much, too fast, and too often. You call nonstop. You text paragraphs. You rearrange your entire day around a woman who hasn't even decided if she likes you yet. And then you wonder why she starts pulling away, why she lost interest, why she suddenly says she's not ready. She didn't change. You just gave her too much too soon, and she didn't earn it. Here's the part most men miss. We want to feel like we're choosing you, not that we're being chased into a corner. We want to feel a little tension, a little mystery. We want to wonder if you're thinking about us, not be reminded of it every 5 minutes. When you stop chasing, something shifts in our minds. We start noticing your absence. We start asking ourselves questions we didn't care about before. Why hasn't he called? Who's he talking to? Did I miss something? That's when attraction starts growing in silence, in curiosity, in that space you used to fill with too much energy. So here's the advice I wish more men would wake up to. You don't have to chase to be wanted. You don't have to prove anything by overgiving. You don't need to win her attention. You need to respect your own. Because the moment you place her on a pedestal, you automatically lower yourself. And trust me, no woman falls for a man she sees beneath her. When you stop chasing, you stop giving her emotional control. You reclaim your time, your power, your self-worth. And whether she realizes it or not, she feels that shift. So stop texting her every time you feel the urge. Stop overthinking every little thing you say. Stop treating her like she's your only shot at love. Because the real ones, the women who are emotionally mature and ready for something real, they don't need to be chased. They notice presence, they respect boundaries, and they are way more attracted to the man who chooses himself first. So wake up. You don't have to beg to be seen. You don't have to chase love. Become the man who doesn't need to be noticed, and suddenly, you'll be the only one she sees. Let me leave you with something that might upset some people, but it needs to be said. The reason she didn't choose you wasn't because you weren't good enough. It's because you were too available for a woman who hadn't earned you yet. That's the truth most men don't want to face. You didn't lose because you were boring, or not rich, or not tall enough. You lost because you made her the prize, while she hadn't even decided if she liked you, and no woman values what's given too easily. Listen, as a woman, I'm telling you this not to hurt you but to wake you up. Attraction isn't about chasing, proving, begging, or overgiving. It's about energy, boundaries, presence, and above all, self-respect. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. Don't chase women. Outgrow them. And when you do, watch how many start chasing you. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in this situation? Did you ever give too much and end up being ignored? Drop your story in the comments, don't hold back. I'll be reading through, replying, and connecting with you directly. Let's build something real here. You're not alone in this, and trust me, when you start doing things differently, everything changes. I'll see you in the comments.